Today on the brown table, some mac and cheese from Cheetos, because I guess Cheetos have to put their branding on everything nowadays. So, today on the brown table, we have a mac and cheese Flamin' Hot flavor from Cheetos, I guess. Maybe this is in coordination with Kraft, the premier boxed mac and cheese of America. And we also have a mac and cheese cheesy jalapeno Cheetos flavor. I'm curious about these. You can see they have the Cheetos branding all over them. I mean, how could I not try them? I like Cheetos. I like mac and cheese, although I prefer a nice homemade one. There's nothing wrong with a nice boxed Kraft mac and cheese. It certainly helped me survive through college. But it definitely lacks a little something in the flavor department, let's say. So let's take a look at both of these packaging and then we'll go ahead and get them going. Now, interestingly, I noticed different amount of calories in each one. So somehow Flamin' Hot is less calories than cheesy jalapeno. I could not explain that to you. I'm very curious about these, specifically the cheesy jalapeno one here, because cheesy jalapeno is my favorite flavor of Cheetos. And in fact, if you haven't tried them, I highly recommend them. Let's take a quick look at around each packaging here, and then I will go ahead and make these. So, Cheetos mac and cheese Flamin' Hot. You have Chester, poor guy, absolutely wrecking his taste buds with the incredibly fluorescent mac and cheese here. It'll be interesting to see if they actually get that red Flamin' Hot color as seen here in the packaging image or marketing, whatever you want to call it. We're going to have to keep going. So one container is the serving size. That's good. You'll notice I didn't get the big boxes. They are available in bigger boxes. But since I have to eat 2 of these, I decided that, gotta spare me somehow. An uncomfortable amount of sodium. Over a quarter your day's worth of sodium. And I mean, I'm not going to read all of these. You get the idea. It's mac and cheese. It's Cheetos flavoring. And we have the instructions. So these are microwavable. It seems there is a seasoning pouch, and there's also white powder in the pasta that is necessary for proper cooking. So I will be microwaving these one by one. We'll probably start with the jalapeno one, since I'm assuming the Flamin' Hot one will just make me be unable to taste anything for the rest of the day. So, I mean, fairly bog standard packaging. Let's take a quick peek inside. I should see, am I supposed to remove the top completely? It does say remove lid, so we're just going to go ahead and do that. And toss it over here. So this is the seasoning pouch. Fairly hefty, I would say. Definitely looks like the mac and cheese seasoning from a Kraft or something similar. Let's put that to the side. And there is the pasta and the white powder that they mentioned. You'll see they say there will be loose white powder in the pasta. This is necessary for proper cooking, so that's what that is. I would say this is probably a fairly decent snack size pasta portion here. Probably not lunch for a bigger lad like myself, but not bad. Alright, we'll put that aside. Let's take a quick look at the cheesy jalapeno packaging, and then we will go ahead and make these. So this one, again, 20 more calories than the Flamin' Hot version. No idea why. It does certainly look more appetizing than the fluorescent hot mac and cheese flavor, but remains to be seen which one is better. But again, like I said, this is my favorite flavor of Cheetos, so we'll see how that goes. Ooh, even more sodium in this one. Excellent. Again, 1 serving per container. Your usual assortment of chemicals and flavor additives to make it taste the way it should taste. And the instructions appear to be exactly the same. So let's take a peek inside. No smell when I open either of these packets, and we'll keep this separate, and the insides look exactly the same. So, the instructions say, remove the lid and seasoning, done. Add water to the fill line inside the cup, which I'm assuming is that line there. Stir it, microwave it for 3 minutes uncovered. Do not drain it, and then stir it in the seasoning pouch. So let's go ahead and get that first part going here. Okay. We're pouring, and we are spilling on the table, which is great. That's okay. We'll just quickly wipe that away here. And let's give it a quick stir. Definitely a significant amount of pasta in here. I gotta say, that white powder does not look appetizing. I'm assuming that's the cheese sauce, question mark? It's not really dissolving, but we're gonna give it a good go. Okay, I do see the water is becoming a bit more cloudy. So let's keep going here. Okay, that seems to be done. Put the fork aside and let's microwave this. Alright gang, it has been 3 minutes. This is piping hot now. So I have a coaster here to protect our table. And we're going to add the seasoning packet. Assuming I can get it open. We take a look inside. It does look like ground up Cheetos. Let's go ahead and add it here without getting out of the plastic debris in. Okay. It definitely does not look appetizing, I gotta tell you. And now it says stir for 2 to 3 minutes at least, so that's what we'll do with our fork. And we'll see how it goes. So I did check, I did cut open the correct one. This is not the flaming hot powder. As you saw, I did take both sachets out of their respective cans, boxes, serving cups, whatever you want to call it. It does look pretty good, I gotta say. You know, you may not be picking it up too much on camera, but that's roughly what I would expect a mac and cheese with some seasoning to look like. Let's get this little piece of debris out of here. And let's keep stirring this. What about smell? I don't really smell anything yet, but you know, still early in the process. Alright, it definitely is creamy, as you can see. The sauce is not runny. It is clinging to the pasta noodles quite well. I don't know if that's redundant to say pasta noodles, but I'm going to say it anyway. And definitely looks appetizing. What about sniff? Let's give it a quick smell here. Well, I'm pleasantly surprised. Very nice aroma. Basically smells like mac and cheese with jalapenos in it. Let's give this a try. I think it's time now. So we're going to get some on here. Hot. Wow. I have to say, I really like that. I'm very pleasantly surprised. Straight up, you immediately get that cheese sauce that you would associate with a boxed mac and cheese, which does have some nostalgia or comfort elements to it for sure, but the jalapeno kick is just super. I mean, it actually tastes like there's a jalapeno in here, and it is very remnant of the cheesy jalapeno Cheetos flavor. Let's go ahead and try it again. You can see that sauce is clinging to these noodles like it's its last day. Noodles are definitely a bit overdone. Probably could have microwaved them for a little less. But overall, this is surprisingly good. Now, I definitely don't recommend you eat this every day. But as a one-off snack, thumbs up from me. I'm going to have another bite. Oh yeah. Pardon me, this is really good. Sorry for talking with my mouth full there. Jalapeno-y. You do get the jalapeno flavor as well, so jalapenos, I'm not sure if you've really had one. I'm sure you must have at this point, probably, but jalapenos do have that flavor, bit of pepperiness, that unique sort of lip smacking a jalapeno gives you. And then there is some spice in there. It's not overly spicy, as I'm sure the Flamin' Hot one will be. This is a really good product. Very surprised. Good job, Cheetos. I know I was taking the mickey out of you in the beginning, but thumbs up for me. I would buy this again. Again, certainly not every day. I mean, it's 240 calories for this much mac and cheese, but overall, tastes good. So, let's move on to the Flamin' Hot one. So, again, Flamin' Hot, we have to add our water to the fill line. And that is a much more successful pour attempt. And let's give this a stir with a brand new fork. You know, can't have any cross-contamination between the mac and cheese flavors. So we're stirring it, the water is turning that pale color that indicates whatever that white powder is dissolving. And let's give it a couple more stirs here. Alright, microwave time. Ooh, a little pasta went flying there, that's fine. Alright, time for the microwave. Alright, it's been 3 minutes. This is piping hot as before. Noodles look pretty cooked. I'm not sure if you can catch the steam coming off of it, but it is hot. So, let us get our flavoring in there, and I was able to open this easier before. Now, that is indeed as fluorescent red as it gets. Very reminiscent of Flamin' Hot Cheetos, which is good. Interestingly, this packet was easier to open than the jalapeno packet. No idea why. Let's go ahead and add it in. And straight away, you can tell that this is Flamin' Hot flavor. It's that signature neon, horrific red. I really don't know what else to describe it. It's probably not natural. I mean, there's probably bugs or something that have this color on it, but come on. Alright, just a little bit left in the packet that I can feel. Seems like we got most of it. Let's get the trash out of our shot. And let's give this a stir. So I am expecting it to be just as creamy as the jalapeno variant that we looked at just earlier in this video. But I'm also expecting it to be that quite scary red color. You know, like something that came out of your body that you should go to a hospital immediately for. So we're going to keep stirring here. It does seem a bit looser. I don't think I added too much water, but it definitely seems a bit more runny than the jalapeno one. The jalapeno one had a creaminess to it that this one does not seem to have as I stir. But it does say stir for 2 to 3 minutes, and based on my filming time here, it's only been roughly a minute. So we're going to keep stirring. Might have to fast forward this part, we'll see. Still quite runny. The noodles have definitely gone a very scary red color. It's almost like they're rotini made of carrots, something like that. And we're just going to keep stirring here, but certainly this is much more runny than the previous iteration, the cheesy jalapeno flavor. So I think that's pretty good. But you can definitely see that the sauce drips off here. It does not cling to it like the previous iteration. And I don't think I filled it too much, but you can see, I mean, look at that right there. Drip City, Jake. Drip City. It is dripping everywhere. I guess I have to eat this now. I can be honest. I should be honest. I am not looking forward to this. Why? I don't know. Perhaps it's the fact that it looks like it's, I mean, you know, the remnants of a surgery gone wrong, perhaps. The lack of creaminess is a bit off-putting. In general, if your mac and cheese is dripping like this, you've done something wrong. I don't think I added too much water to it. I did follow the fill line and all the instructions, so let's see how this goes. Want to drip all over the table. As you can see, it is incredibly fluorescent. And let's take another bite here. It's definitely a bit less flavorful than the jalapeno one. I'm really not sure what to make of this. As you can see, it's dripped all over my hand as I have been bringing it towards my face. It's hard to do when, you know, to go around the camera. Yeah. The jalapeno one is way better. I don't know if I added too much water. I really don't think so. Basically, I added the same amount as the jalapeno variant. This definitely has the Flamin' Hot flavor in it, but it's not as heated as it would be if you were just eating Flamin' Hot chips. You know, I can still feel my mouth. I do get, I am salivating a lot because there is definitely more heat to it, but I really think the water issue is the problem here. There's too much Like it's not creamy. Now that could be user error. It could certainly be my fault. I mean, surely that's not the water line down there. That's way too low. The water line is here. You can see it running right around. Perhaps you can't on camera, but overall, there's not much flavor to it besides the vague, well, it's not really vague. There's definitely a flaming hotness to it. It's like you ate one flaming hot chip. That's it. You didn't follow it up to keep building that spice level. The sauce itself does not cling to the pasta the way the cheesy jalapeno one did. And overall, I would give this a mid-tier. Maybe if you put a little less water into it, it would be better. But at the current state that I'm eating it in, I do not think it's great. Certainly, you definitely want to go for the cheesy jalapeno. That really blew my socks off. I was very surprised at how good it was, and I'm probably going to finish the rest of this right now. This, well, it's not as successful in my opinion. And frankly, it's probably not worth your money. So, I might even downgrade it to just no. Not worth it. Stick with the cheesy jalapeno, or I'm sure there's a regular Cheetos flavor as well. But you know what? Try making your own mac and cheese at home. It's certainly doable, and it definitely will taste better than any... Oops, glad that didn't spray everywhere. And it certainly will taste better than any of the box ones that you can get. That's all for me today at the Brown Table. Leave a comment. Which would you rather have, Flamin' Hot or cheesy jalapeno? Please like and subscribe. It really does help us out. And thank you for dining with us here today at the Brown Table.